Hi babes, it's Holly here from Hollkward Beauty on Instagram. If you haven't checked me out over there, make sure to check me out. I post every single day about makeup, beauty, style, and make sure to check me out here on YouTube. I post every week with new beauty videos for you guys. So today's video is a fun one. I just was doing my makeup one day, just hanging out, and thought, you know what, I'm going to share some of my makeup collection with you guys. So I decided to round up all of my favorite, well, no, I'm just rounding up all of my KKW Beauty eyeshadow palettes to share with you all. Yes, it's a lot, it's a lot. So clearly I love KKW Beauty eyeshadow formula. I do believe, just from my mind, but also from proof, it is my favorite formula of eyeshadows, and the colors they come out with just fit my aesthetic so perfectly, so on point, that I'm obsessed with them. So I'm going to walk you guys through talking about all of the palettes I have. I literally think I have every single one of their palette except for the new mauve one, the mauve collection one. Oh, I have one more actually. Where is that one? I have the honey one somewhere too. I don't think that's in here, but I will grab that and talk about that. So I think the only one I don't have is the mauve one. So I'm going to go through and talk about them and share with you guys my favorites, what kind of looks I like them for, if you're kind of wanting to decide on an eyeshadow palette from KKW Beauty. In general, I love the formula of KKW Beauty eyeshadow palettes. This is the matte Coco palette, which is probably it's the eyeshadow palette I'm wearing today on my eyes. I did mix palettes actually. I'm wearing the matte Coco and the Opalescent one. So matte Coco as my base colors, and then I went in with this really gorgeous shimmery purple shade and just layered on my lid. I love their shimmers, I love their mattes. So I'll talk about this one because this one I kind of use all the time and I love it. So why I love KKW Beauty eyeshadows is their formula and their colors. So their formulas are like, okay, I won't do a light color because then you can't see it. They are creamy, they are pigmented, there's not a lot of fallout. You barely need any application and they go on creamy. Like, once you try it, you will understand just how amazing, like why these palettes are so amazing. They just are, you know? They just really are. So that's why I keep buying them. This is kind of my number one, my top pick. So it's got a mix of light, warm tone shades and dark shades, so I would highly recommend this one to anyone wanting to try out KKW Beauty eyeshadow palettes. It's my top pick and so versatile. The other palette that came with that one in the collection was the Matte Smoke. You can see the little emblem on there. This one is, I use this least amount of all of my shadows, not because they're not nice, it's just because they're a cool toned palette and I'm more of a warm tone gal. I have used this for a couple looks and it is stunning. Like, the cool tone smoky blue look, I just don't wear it a lot, but if you're into that kind of shadow, it's the bomb. And these are all matte as well. They have some crease kind of blending shades, but then those like gray silver blues in there as well. That was aggressive. It's really loud, sorry. Okay, let's just go in and talk about another one. So Fire, I was excited about this one. I think this is the only one they put an actual image of Kim on there. Really cool, I love the theme of this. These colors are like warm tone shades on another level. So I was excited about this palette. I don't wear this one as much as I do my Matte Smoke, but these shimmers and like the warm tone shades in here and the purples take your look up like a notch, and it's got a really, really gorgeous mix of mattes and shimmers, so I appreciate that, and this palette really gives you that pop. And then I have both of Kim and Mario's palettes. So the very first one, their original one, you can see this is well used. I really, really love this palette because I used to not love colored shadows as much, but now I'm a colored shadow gal. I love adding color, it's so fun. So I really appreciate that they added a purple and a blue in this palette, along with their gorgeous shimmer and matte bronzy shades and their light base shades. I've actually used this white a lot on my inner corner to chisel it out of my eye. It's a beautiful white color. So this is a really, really amazing palette. This is my favorite of the two Kim and Mario palettes. This is the second one that came out with, the Artist and Muse palette. Oh, I guess this has a picture of Kim on it too, but so I guess I lied. I didn't know what I was talking about. These are beautiful colors, like so beautiful looking at them. I just haven't used it much. I think I forget about it sometimes. I'm not sure why, like there's no reason, but I need to get back into this palette. We've got some gorgeous like classic bronzy shadow colors, but like there's also a fun orange and shimmery like pinky and bluey shade in there. Like I gotta get back into this palette because these are just very beautiful and appealing looking, and I love the range of shades in this palette. And one of their newer launches was the Opalescent palette. So I was very excited. I was conflicted. Should I get this one? Should I get the other one? But I'm into color, like I said. So I love these purples and blues. They're so rich, and their formula is so amazing for these. And they still come with the classic bronzy shades, which I love. So even if you're not a full color person, you can use this palette and use both. If you're more of a bronzy person, you don't have to use the color. I like that they put both in there, so you can use them. I've used this shade as like a liner, and it's beautiful. And then I got their classic palettes, I think here. What do I have? I have Classic 1, Original Classic, and Classic Blossom. So the original palette, I really recommend this one too. Like you just can't get any more beautiful than this classic KKW Beauty palette. Really recommend this one. It's got the classic light shades, matte shimmer, crease colors that are matte, and then beautiful bronzy colors that are shimmery and warm. This palette I've used tons, and always go back to grab because it's just like the perfect KKW Beauty bronzy glowy palette. And then we have the classic, well, I'm going to show you the classic Blossom. So this palette I think came out next. So it's very similar to classic. It's just those colors that are in there are just kind of taken up a notch in the floral kind of pinky purple family. So I love this palette when I just want to add a little bit of mauvey pinky purple to my look. Spring, it's beautiful. Anytime I just want a little bit different than my classic bronze, I go over to this palette and I'm never disappointed because it's so flattering on the skin. Okay, and then the Classic 2 was more of a recent launch actually. I think last spring, last summer they launched. And this is a beautiful palette too. Let's compare it to the Classic, shall we? What's the difference? It's a little less bronzy. It's a little less bronzy, same mattes and shimmers. I'd say it's a little bit less bronzy and a little darker for comparison, but it's got the beautiful light matte shimmer shades, a little more cool tone through these colors, and then we got warm tone on this side. So I guess it kind of gives you warm and cool instead of all warm across the board. If you're kind of somewhere in the middle, I'm a warm gal, but I know not everyone is. So it's nice that it has all those variations of shades. I'm gonna go find my honey palette. Okay, I found my honey palette. It was in like my makeup kit. So this is one of their newest launches. This one and the mauve one. I think that's the one eyeshadow palette I don't have. And this was kind of a add-on to, I think their last, that Matte Coco and Matte Smoke did so well. They launched these two and they're beyond beautiful. Of course I got the honey because I love my warm tone shadows. These are all matte. So they're all mattes. They're warm tone kind of honey shades. I got lots of questions about this palette. I really, really love it. It's beautiful, like honey warm eyeshadow shades, blendable. You can, I really like this shade here to do like eyeshadow liner, and I love like colors like this. Like they just know what shadows people like. I swear, they get it right every time. So love this palette. So that is my little rundown on all the KKW Beauty eyeshadow palettes I own. Basically all of them except that one. Now I feel like I have to get it just so I have all of them. I hope you found this review useful in picking out a palette that's right for you. As always, make sure to check me out at hollkward beauty on Instagram, and make sure to like and subscribe to me on YouTube. I post every week with new videos for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with another beauty video.